Hi my loves, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. My name is Ramil Duran. If you aren't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click the button down below to subscribe, like, follow me on Instagram where you can stay updated on me, my channel, and everything in regards to me. Thank you for joining me on my second episode of the self-love, self-growth series. In today's episode, we will be touching base on how I started to gain confidence, how I was being treated differently by my loved ones who helped me gain confidence, affirmations, journaling, all the above about confidence and how I started to gain confidence once I got out of middle school, the end of high school. Watch the first video in the series. I'll have it linked down below, and then come back to this one, okay? Hold on, wait a minute. Before we get into it, this is today's drink of choice. It's a sparkling watermelon juice from Trader Joe's. This is what she looks like. It's amazing. It's so good. We are going to pop this open, put a straw in her, and get started, okay? All right, let's pop her open. Ooh, my nail. Okay, that was good, that was good. Oh my god, this is so good. Pop a little straw in her, a little reusable straw, and a little sippy sip. This is so good. It's so good. Go grab yourself. She's gonna be sitting back here. Grab yourself something to drink and let's get started. First, I want to touch base on when I transitioned to obviously being in high school. So when I got to high school, I was still, you know, insecure, still not feeling myself, still not feeling worthy. I was still insecure. Like, I was still insecure. I still hated the way that I looked. I still was unhappy. But in high school, the one thing I knew in high school was that although I was fat, although I was big, baby, I looked good. Like, I looked good. I was that bitch, and you couldn't tell me otherwise. Like, you could tell me I was fat, you really could, but you couldn't tell me I didn't look good and I wasn't beautiful. That I knew. And my friends would always like reiterate that to me regardless. They would always gas me up, make sure I knew that I looked good. Like, you know, I don't, like, hello. So fast forward to my senior year of high school. This is when I had been like talking to my boyfriend for about 2 years over Kik messaging, but we had never met. So when we met in person, and we started dating or whatever, he he picked up on the fact that I wasn't confident, right? I was insecure. He would always try to he always wanted to take pictures of me. I remember like our first like couple dates and stuff. He always wanted to take pictures of me. Pictures, cause you know, hello. Oh, good, but I didn't know it. He always wanted me to take pictures, and I would just be like, what? Like, huh? Pictures of me? Like, why? Like, why? Like, and on my Instagram at the time, I didn't have any pictures of my body. My Instagram consisted of pictures of my face. Like, honey, you were just seeing the face. You were not seeing my body on my Instagram. So obviously, like, my whole Instagram profile was selfies. So clearly, I didn't like my body if my whole Instagram consisted of selfies. So he definitely picked up on the fact that I wasn't confident. You know, I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. I didn't feel comfortable with a lot of things. So I don't know if this was like, I don't know, a couple months of us dating or something. He put the battery in my back, and he was so motivating and so like always telling me like, what, like, why don't you want to take pictures of yourself? Like, you're beautiful. Always telling me I was beautiful, which I never believed, obviously. But once he started to like take pictures of me and show me off and show me that I looked good, something I never got my whole life, I was like, it was so foreign to me because I had never received that kind of love and that kind of like desire ever in my life, like ever. So I was just like, what? It was all so new to me. Give me 1 second. Yeah, she's yummy. So yeah, it was just all very new to me. Someone who obviously was never comfortable in their skin, someone who's insecure. That was new to me. Someone thinking I was beautiful and desiring me and wanting to show me off and wanting to show me love. Like, I was not used to that. But honey, I got used to it real quick. Let me stop. With time, I started myself to see and to like be like, wait a minute, like, okay, so if my boyfriend, if he is telling me these things for me to see, what's wrong with me? Why am I not seeing them? If he's telling me I'm beautiful, if he wants to show me off and take pictures of me and show me this new whole like world that I've never seen before of like loving yourself and this and that, if you know. So what did I start doing after that? A bitch started loving herself. Like, the process still goes on now. Obviously it's an ongoing process always, but I started to get into confidence. I started to show off. I started to take pictures of my body. I always wanted to like take pictures of me, like always. Like, I'm telling you guys, he would literally take off guard pictures of me, random pictures of me all the time, and I loved it. I started like being like, okay, fuck, like I look good. Trying to get at the fact that he basically like opened that door for me. He put the battery in my back. Also, the way I was dressing was very like conservative, you know. Like I said in my last video, my mom played a big part in what we wore, what I wore, how I dressed, and maybe how I acted as well. So I was wearing very conservative clothes, and I was, you know, 18. I was always wearing like jeans, a conservative shirt. My shirt always had to cover my butt, always. Like, if I had a shirt on, it had to cover my butt. My mom was not having it. Like, and I would just wear flats, like jeans, a long shirt, and flats. Like, nothing too crazy, nothing like spectacular, nothing. I feel like, not that like an 18-year-old is supposed to be wearing like flashy stuff like that, but I never wore like shorts. I never wore, maybe also because I couldn't find them in my size, because hello, your girl was big. So I didn't get to wear nice like short shorts and like nice tank tops like this, like literally a bandeau top. I never wore that like when I was 18. My early teens, I never wore any of the clothes that I wear now, ever. I was always covered up, and I was always like just covered up and hiding my body always. So I started to switch up also the way I started to dress. That also played a fact in everything. I started to get a little bit more girly, a little bit more like sexy, grown, like womanish, because I was 18 years old, and I feel like my whole life I was just like covering my body. I was just like covered, and it's like, for what? For who? Like, for who? For my mom? Like, for my mom? Really? Looking back and things, and from my boyfriend would tell me, I was literally like dressed like my mother. And let's go back to high school, which was my sophomore year, my end of freshman, early sophomore year. I went on this like very strict diet. If you guys know, it's called Insanity. It's a 3-month program. So I was working out every single day for 3 months because my mom had promised me a sweet 16, right? So I was working out all the time, eating right. I lost 70 pounds, like 70 pounds, and I was like feeling myself. I looked amazing, like, but looking back, I'm like, wait, I lost all this weight. I looked so good. You know, I was still dressing very conservative and very like very not playful and happy and girly, and not how like, you know, teenage girls dress who are getting older. Not like, I was just conservative, long t-shirts, long big shirts, like, and looking back at pictures, it makes me sad. Like, it makes me sad that I had lost all that weight, and I was still like, you know, I was still under my mom's Kool-Aid, and I was still dressing like her. It's the only person I had who I could look at and see what she was doing, and then it reflected on me. So I was just look, I'm telling you guys, looking back at those pictures of me on vacation in Dominican Republic with all the weight I lost, wearing big ass fucking grandma shirts and big ass fucking jeans, like what the fuck was, like, what the, like, I look back at those pictures and I sometimes want to cry, because if I had gained confidence back then, like my sophomore year of high school, and I would have, and the weight would have been gone, I know I would have been dressing differently. Like, I know I would have been out here feeling myself, but instead I wasn't. So obviously after that happened, I didn't get my sweet 16 because I came back from Dominican Republic and I slowly but surely started to gain all the way back. So I still had a party, it was still lit. But yeah, that's a little story of something that happened mid through high school that I wish, oh my god, I could go back and be like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing wearing these ugly ass JCPenney clothes? What are you doing wearing these ugly ass clothes? Girl, you lost 70 pounds. Go get you some fucking shorts. Go get you a tank top. Like, let's fast forward to end of high school. Met my boyfriend. We started dating, obviously, and he brought that side out of me that no one has ever seen before, not my family, not my friends, right? So me, I'm starting to see another, I feel like I'm starting to see another world, and I'm gaining confidence in myself. One thing I want to also point at is I started to look up pages on Instagram of plus size models, because I never saw someone like me on Instagram showing their body off. I never saw a woman with curves and women with a big butt. I never saw that on Instagram being shown off and looking beautiful. I never saw models on Instagram doing that. So when I went on Instagram and I found plus size models who were confident and who loved their bodies and who were all about body positivity, showing their bodies off, I was like, wait a minute, like, wait a minute. When I saw that there were women my age or a little older than me on Instagram showing their bodies off, looking good, I was like, wait a minute, she looks like me, like I look like her. Like, there's other people, there's big girls who are confident, there's big girls who love themselves, there's girls my size who don't care what anybody says. Like, so one of the Instagram accounts who I still follow her to this day and I love is Gabriella Lascano. I will put her Instagram there. Honey, she did it for me. Like, when I saw her wearing shorts and I saw her wearing tank tops and I saw her wearing whatever she wanted, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it too. Like, I'm gonna do it too. So she gave me a lot of inspiration. I'm trying to think of other models. I don't know off the top of my head, but she was like the main one. Obviously, Ashley Graham. These models, they like ignited something in me and they made me see, like I said, a whole nother world. I felt like, where people love themselves. People didn't care what they looked like. People didn't care that they had fucking like a fupa. People didn't care. They didn't care. Like, they looked good. Not to say that Instagram is reality. Maybe they did care. Outside of Instagram, maybe they were insecure or felt away, but for a young girl, a young 18-year-old, 19-year-old girl seeing that, like, I was like, oh my god, yes. So that gave me more of an incentive to show off my body that God gave me, show off my curves, show off how good I look, take amazing pictures. I was so happy and I was so like, girl, hold on, we are not doing it again in this video, like, relax. But I was filled with so much happiness, and I finally, come on, like, every video, this is why I have my handy dandy tissue box. But, oh honey, I felt so happy, and I finally felt like, oh my god, like, they understand me. They know what I've been through and what I've gone through, and look at them. Like, look at them. So I was, after that, I took off. Like, my Instagram account, honey, I was always, after that, I was just like, okay, so I want pictures of myself, and I'm going to be posting pictures of myself on my Instagram so people can see that I feel confident in myself and in my body, and I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I started dressing differently, not so drastic, but I started dressing a little different, showing off more skin. I was posting pictures on Instagram, honey. Like, I wanted, everywhere I went, if it was with my friends or with my boyfriend, I was taking pictures. I wanted pictures because I knew I looked good. Like, I looked good. Hello. This all kind of hit me at once. So, right, with my boyfriend helping me through my journey, supporting me, loving me, showing me all this love, and, you know, opening and making me see everything, and then the Instagram accounts and all these wonderful, beautiful ladies who I started following, and me kind of finding myself and fitting in and like posting more on Instagram and showing off my body, right? That's gonna come with a little like weirdness or a little, I don't know. But let's talk about how my loved ones and my family, they saw me when I started doing this. Like, they didn't like it. Like, let's just be real. If you guys are watching this, and I know my family is watching, y'all didn't like it. Y'all didn't like that I was showing off myself and my body. Y'all didn't like it. Like, oh God, please no. Like, they didn't like it. My mom didn't like it. My sisters didn't like it. Like, oh. All right, let's take a break. Sorry, I'm just a very, 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 very emotional person. Like, I feel like I feel a lot. Whether I show it or not, I feel it. When people are not used to seeing you in a different light, they're not used to seeing you act a certain way when you've acted the same your entire life, they get bothered by it. It's just weird. Maybe it's not because they don't love you, but I feel like it makes them feel away, not about themselves, and about seeing you act or be in a different light because you've never been in that light your whole life. So they think that you are most likely, you know, like, what are you doing? Like, you're acting so different. You're being so different. Like, what? And especially with, like, I feel like with body and being plus size and just like turning it around and being this whole confident person now, it was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck is this? My family gave me so much shit, and like, oh my God, they were literally so judgmental and hateful towards my change and me not doing things like my mother was doing them anymore, because we were clearly all on the same Kool-Aid, right? So if one of us, if me, the black sheep, is doing things different now, we're not doing that anymore. So obviously, you know, they're gonna be like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? We're all supposed to be insecure. We're all supposed to be dressing the same. We're not supposed to be doing all this stuff. Yeah, they're gonna feel away. They're going to feel away, and they're going to maybe let it out in different ways. And I got a lot of it. Like, as you can see, I got a lot of it because woosah. To this day, when I look back, I still like, I'd be like, fuck, like, I went through so much. Ugh. What is wrong with me? Well, I went through so much with being how the way I was for so long, and wanting to break away and not be like that anymore. I wanted to be confident. I wanted to love myself. Like, I was loving myself. I loved myself. I loved myself. I loved the skin I was in, and my family did not like that. My friends were very supportive. My friends, they were supportive. They were there with me. Their friends are the family you choose. So I could go, hold on guys, because I can't right now. I could always go to my friends and vent to them and tell them and tell them how I feel, and I'm not sure to this day if maybe they felt a way of me like breaking out and being so confident now, because you know, I'm sure they saw it as something different and something unfamiliar, so maybe they were like a little concerned or something, but never once was that expressed to me, and they never once made me feel like, what are you doing, Ramil? Like, Ramil, what are you doing? You don't do that. Like, what are you doing? You know, nothing like my family did. Once my family realized that, okay, like, I don't care anymore. Like, I don't care. I'm going to dress how I want. I'm going to show off my body. I'm going to take as many pics as I want because I look good and I don't give a fuck what you say and what the fuck you think. I guess we started to, you know, talk about those things, and yeah, they knew I was confident in myself. They knew it, and you don't like it. You don't want to see it, and you don't want that person to be different than what you've seen your whole life. And it's honestly sad. Like, it's sad that that's what we were being fed our entire lives, is to not love yourself and not be confident in yourself and want better for yourself, and you want to feel good and want to feel happy. That's something that we weren't taught, we weren't shown. So obviously it's not going to be so easy for them to just 1 2 3. I feel like regardless, I still did not give a fuck. I knew that it probably took me for them to see and for them to realize and know, maybe we should, you know, maybe we should make that change too. Maybe, like, wait a minute, you know, maybe we should be a little more comfortable in our own skin or things like that. But that didn't all happen so quickly. That took, I would say, a couple years, just in regards to my family talking to me differently and seeing me differently, you know, because it's not like any of this was happening in high school. I had already graduated high school, so it was summer and it was me going into college. So no one knew me in college, so you couldn't tell me shit. I was confident. I loved myself. Like, you know, I knew my worth. Like, I knew my worth throughout this whole journey. My boyfriend was with me, supporting me. My boyfriend has always been with me, supporting me, loving me unconditionally, and being there for me when no one else was. Like, whew. Those are just the facts. Like, those are just the facts. But what else do I have written down here? If you guys or anyone who's watching this is going through the same process now, into where you're finding confidence in yourself and you want to change, and then, you know, you want to change and you don't want to be, you want to love yourself and you want to love your body, people around you are not going to take it lightly. There's gonna be people around you who are gonna be like, yes girl, like, supporting you and things like that, but people around you who maybe aren't confident and aren't, you know, and aren't comfortable in their own skins, it's gonna be like, whoa, like, what is she doing? Like, you know, you're gonna get that. You are going to get that. It doesn't matter if it's your friends, your family, your whatever. You're gonna get that from people who you've known for so long and have seen you in the same light for so long. You're gonna get that response from them, and it's okay. It's okay. If, you know, it's okay. You'll get through it, because I did. Like, it's okay. You're gonna get through it. You are going for something that they are not ready to go for themselves, you know? You're focusing on yourself and you care about yourself now. Like, that's the whole reason in doing it and turning a new leaf. So I also want to touch base on things that I was doing throughout my journey and I still do now, because it's not just, oh my god, I'm confident. Let's just put that into play as well. It's not just, I'm confident every day. I'm my most confident every day. I don't feel, you know, I feel my best every day. We're not going to sit here and do that, because that's not the truth. That's not the truth. I may look at myself one day and be like, damn girl, like, what's happening? Like, you know, I may not feel I may not feel my most confident one day, and the same day or the next day I can tell myself, bitch, you look good. Bitch, I look at myself in the mirror and I tell myself, bitch, you look fucking good. Like, you look good. You look good. And I believe it, like, honestly. So the first thing that helped me a lot definitely was the affirmations that I had set for myself. So I had a big whiteboard, and I just had it on like my desk or something, and I had on half of the side affirmations written down for myself. I had affirmations like, you are beautiful, you are kind, you are worthy. What else? One I would always read to myself, I'm trying to remember it. It's I am divinely guided and loved. That one I love. There's so many. If you don't know where to start, you can even look it up. I follow the Manifestation Babe on Instagram, and she's so big. She has like really good affirmations. So I would just take them down and write them down from her and create my own. And I would literally read every day I woke up. I was reading those affirmations to myself every day. Every day I was reading them to myself. I was reading them to myself to the point where it's in me. That's in me, and that's all I believe, and that's all I want to believe, and that's all I want to put out. So affirmations help a lot. Like, they really do. Even if you want to start small and just getting up and looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I look good, like I look good, or pointing out like, damn, like I love my hair, like I love my thighs, I love my legs, like something, even if it's something so small, it helps. Like, trust me, it helps. Not to say I never like believed in it or anything like that, but I never knew about these things until I started gaining confidence and looking for outlets that led me to all of these things that I know now, because I didn't have that back then. And also journaling, because the more you write down how you feel and reflect on it, the better you feel after. Even if you want to write down something, you had a bad day, just write it out and you'll feel better. I never really was into journaling that much early on. I'm more into journaling now because it helps me with my, you know, emotions and things like that when I'm like going a little cuckoo. But also having good people on your side, having good people in your corner who support you, and they want to see you at your best, and they want to see you glowing and happy. And I will always be, and I'm very grateful to have my boyfriend. I'm grateful to have him. I'm grateful for everything he's taught me, everything he's shown me. Put that battery in my back. To this day, I really truly believe that God sent him to me. Like, I asked for this. Remember, if you guys watched my last video, you saw that I said that I used to ask God, or I don't know if I said in the last video, but I used to ask God all the time to please send me someone I can talk to. Middle school or early high school, I used to ask God. I used to be like, God, please send me someone who I can talk to, because I felt so alone. Like, all right, I guess we're not, I don't know why we're crying in every video. I thought we weren't gonna do that in this video, but I guess the plans changed. But like I was saying, I used to ask God to send me someone I can talk to, someone who's gonna listen to me and understand me. And I truly believe that he sent me my boyfriend. I just wanna say that in this video, because I'm not going through this alone. I didn't go through this alone. I had someone who loves me and supports me and wants to see me better, and doesn't just tell me things in the moment and is real with me. You know, you also need people who are real with you when you're on these journeys of confidence and self-love. You need people who are real with you. And yeah, that's everything I wanted to touch base on in this video. This was all, I would say, 2018 through 2019. This was like all happening in like a 2-year basis, I believe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me and watching me. And I promise I won't make you guys wait. I won't make you guys wait so long for the 3rd episode in the series. Yeah, make sure you follow me on, I'm always like, why? Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. I'll have it down below. I'll have it somewhere on the screen. Subscribe, like, and keep watching. And I love you guys so much. Bye.